BacciPaintball.
And we're good to go on Facebook?
Yeah, we're good to go on everything. So as soon as we're
live.
We're live right now?
Far out, man.
Alright, cool.
Far out, man.
Connor, where's your paintball shirt? Go get a paintball shirt.
This is a paintball shirt.
You gotta wear a paintball shirt, man.
Where is the paintball shirts?
Well, Benji, like,
I'm not live yet on Facebook.
You just go through. Well, I haven't started us on Facebook. I'll start us now. Benji, you might need to switch to the other side, just so that we can walk through there. All right, we will. Okay, let Connor through so he can get his paintball shirt. He's like, oh man, I don't want to wear a paintball shirt.
What's the gayest paintball shirt that you have?
The one that you're wearing.
Fine, I'll do that while I'm switching.
Where are they? The black bag?
That blue one. Do you see it?
This meta jacket looks like some gay paintball
Doc's
stuff.
Raiders.
Oh yeah.
With the matching Chigos.
Okay, I think we're going live right now.
These are cool. They're like jean up top, but
That's you, Gene, up top.
yeah,
Dude, you know who's really fucking good at basketball this year? 76ers.
just saying that Joel Embiid.
Oh my
Last
gosh,
night?
that's a beast.
Oh my lord. 46 points in 35 minutes, 15 boards, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Making Lakers look like chumps, unfortunately.
That's like the next Hakeem.
We are live. Okay, we're giving a couple minutes for Connor to get his paintball shirt on because he was unprepared. But we're going to start in a couple minutes, guys. We're actually starting on time this time. Woohoo!
My pursuit. I remember. Reading this. What?
No, I don't think you wore that one. You wore a similar one.
No, we just heard it.
If anybody wants coffee, there's coffee there.
What's up, Cody Caspeller? Cody Caspeller?
Are we good, Paul?
We're good.
Sick.
Are you up on YouTube yet?
We're up on YouTube.
We are good on Facebook and YouTube.
Good to go. Alright, Connor.
Brandon Davis is
Get
digging
your
that
butt
jersey.
over here. Don't forget the matching Chigos. Bam. Doc's Raiders. See, Dan bought the matching Chigos to my jersey, but I got the jersey before he got the pants, so I think he should sell me his pants, but he's kind of being a dick about it.
It's like a game of Monopoly.
Yeah, I guess so.
You're both going after Baltic and Mediterranean.
Low value all the way.
Oh shit, where's my vape? Fuck, hold on a second.
Get that vape ready, Connor.
Rick Sendejas. Dogs of War, baby.
Yup. We gotta thank Richard Wilcox for his Dogs of War photo, which you see on our background right now.
Where do I need to go here?
Richard can actually comment, let us know what tournament that was from. Yeah, we decided to change up the background.
Kind of looks like the Pulse from SC Village. The
I think
yellow
it's San Diego. I think it's a Great Western San Diego in '92, possibly.
Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo estás?
See?
Okay, cool.
We lived in California too long to know that little Spanish.
We're good here. Oops, shit.
You want?
Trying to figure out where our chats are on here. Okay, we got our chat up here and
Got the
our
Bait
other
Kings
chat
here.
here.
Vape Nash. You gotta
Vape
represent
Nash.
Vape Nash.
All right, so it
is this
is.
Looks fantastic.
You want to? Are you in the shop, Paul? Can you squeeze in more than you're already doing? Oh man. Your bolt's not open, so it's not coming out. You gotta pull your bolts back, and then you'll be good to go.
Actually, you should blow it through the barrel though, so that you can get both barrels.
What was that? You see your vape? Your vape's breaking apart?
Ooh, my vape.
Revolver. How's our lighting? We look too dark. We gotta boost our exposure.
Look at the background.
Yeah, you got shadows from your head. It's killing our green screen.
Blow through the barrel.
So there we go, double barrel vape. You guys should.
So you can get both of them.
You should each vape through one side. Whoa!
Jeez.
I don't know if that's.
Is this 6?
It's definitely
Huh?
coming out.
6 milligram? It's a fucking 24.
Oh shit! Here, sit down here, Paul. Sit
It's
down.
24 milligrams.
Paul just got addicted
No,
for
it's,
life.
6.
Oh.
Why? Yeah, how many
Got
times
me.
did you hit it?
Hey, Connor.
It
After
gets like
I'm
really
under
We're
your
gonna
hot.
take a
Justice
second
Like
to
sad.
fix
Like
our
you can't
lighting
change
issues,
it.
and then
Yeah,
we're gonna
'cause
start.
it's,
Whoa.
I don't know what kind of mod this is.
So back
All right, we're good now.
yeah, we're exposed properly.
We have proper exposure.
Excellent.
Okay. Here, trade spots with me, Connor. Oh, you want it? Paul wants to go over?
That actually, the flavor's growing on me.
Yeah, after you blasted through that nasty typhoon, he's really getting used to it. Okay, so we are live. Thanks everyone for watching. I think we have like 2 people watching, so it'll probably be the height of the whole show tonight.
Excellent.
So we're gonna stream for
We got 8 watchers.
either an yeah, we got 8. Wow. So we're gonna stream for either an hour or till all of our devices suddenly turn off. I don't know which one will come first.
Which is more likely to happen.
Yeah, that's usually what happens to us. We wrote up a list of what we're going to be talking about, and there was something else I was going to say. I don't remember what it was. Benji, why don't you give them a brief? Oh, I guess I'm going to do it.
Write
So,
it down because I'm setting up some stuff.
so we got
Second.
the games. We're going to talk a little about. We're going to talk a little bit about past and present games. We played Mech Wars last weekend. We have a couple other games coming up this month. We have a little written down about new gear. We have a lot to talk about for old gear. We've pulled a whole bunch of stuff out, laid out on the bed here. I think Benji shared a few pictures of what we have out. Auto mags, piranhas, line of size, sniper, some camos, and then...
We're going to be talking about some new products. We're going to be talking about the Atomic Pickle, which is a cool reusable paintball. We're going to be talking about the Valken Low Impact Barrel. That's the 68 Low Impact. We're going to be talking about the new GOG Renegade jerseys that have been advertised all around. We're going to talk about some local games. We're going to talk about a bunch of old school gear that we brought out. I kind of wanted to do this show a lot more gear centric because I know people like seeing the old crap that we have. So we're going to try not to dwell too long on
Old
treasure
treasure.
scene.
Wait, what does that sound?
Something outside.
Should I close
Someone
the
doing
window?
some work.
Oh, okay. No, it's probably fine as long as we're not picking it up.
Okay, so first things first, let's talk about Mech Wars.
Actually, even before that, let's talk about this burrito. It's delicious. Is this hog maw?
It's a mixture of hog maw and cabeza and a little bit of lingua.
Is that a sponsored burrito?
It's chicken.
Yeah. No,
Dan-
it's not, it's
Dan
not
the man,
chicken.
aka Burrito.
I'll tell you
AKA
one thing, it's
burrito
not
man.
chicken, Dan.
Sorry, Anthony. I tried talking Dan out of his burrito. He said, "Screw sponsors. I'm having a burrito every single time." we
Also,
film."
Hog Mall's Burrito.
Dan's on the prowl.
Yeah, it's definitely some janky truck outside.
Yep.
Oh, I'm dropping my hog
It's
maw.
probably for the cabaret.
For what?
Cabaret?
For the cabaret.
It's for the cabaret.
Cabaret? Oh, for the strip club?
For the strip club.
Nice.
They're bringing all the strippers in right now.
So if anybody wants to hit up, what's that strip club called?
Seventh veil.
If anybody wants to hit up Seven Veils,
Damn, that was right on the tip of his
prime
mind right
opportunity.
there.
Well, Connor knows. Who showed me the history of the strip club before? It's a long run and well-known strip club. It's
It's
prime.
It's in
It's a prime LA establishment.
yeah, it's in a Guns N' Roses song, I think.
No way.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You should research that, Paul.
Yeah, drop some knowledge on us in a few minutes.
Yeah.
So
Jamie, take care of that, Jamie.
let's before we go into games, let's talk about our costumes or our active wear,
costume?
our outfits, our lifestyle wear.
This is what I wear every
Outfits.
weekday.
Alright, we can do that. Well, I am wearing the Doc's Raiders old school Smart Parts jersey. When do you think it's from? 2003, 2005, somewhere around there.
Extreme Rage and MPS.
And it has National
And
Paintball,
Murder
too.
Inc. Oh my
So, It's
gosh.
prior to Key.
Right?
You
Right,
got
Paul?
the matching Doc Raiders Chigos
Do
with
you guys
it,
remember
which were
Murder
kind of
Inc?
cool.
Oh yeah, of course.
Murder Inc.
All I
Oracle.
know about them is that they have the oracles, and they also had BKOs.
They had Impulse. They had everything
Got
almost.
some DKBs, yeah.
Right. So that's my
BK
outfit.
lounges.
What are you guys rocking?
They had a dedicated
That's
BK
some-
lounge. So
DK lights.
I got my super small point blank IPPA International Paintball Players Association shirt, and I got my tiger stripe pants. I wore these pants in the video that we put up a few days ago where I'm shooting the Piranha Long Barrel with Dirty Air and the 6-pack. And yeah, the shirt came from Tim Schloss. It still had the point blank tag on it. I took the tag off so I could wear it today. I'm going to put the tag back on it and then sell it as new on my site after this stream. Actually, no, it'll be more valuable if I wore it. So actually, I'll say Jorge wore it. That'll make it extremely valuable. The price will skyrocket from $3 up to $4, just like Bitcoin.
I am wearing my Pursuit Support 96-97 two-time flag sponsor shirt. This is from the tournament where I was actually the flag sponsor.
So let's
Got
name
a
some
lot of
sponsors
I
on
think
here.
Viewloader's on there, right?
Yeah, Viewloader
Yeah,
for
like
sure.
this Viewloader.
Viewloader, a whole bunch of Viewloaders. So we
Yeah.
got PMI Southeast, we got Unique, we got Pro Teams, we got National Indoor Paintball Championships. That's the field that was in Knoxville. And
Palmer's.
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 yeah, we got Palmer's right there.
Palmer's.
Alternative Apparel. It sounds familiar, but I don't know much about alternative apparel. So if anybody wants to tell us some history on that, that would be great. We also have Tim Schloss's Pursuit products up here. Pursuit Products Incorporated. And yeah, it is. And Tim is the one who makes Tiger Stripe. He made the old school Tiger Stripe pants that I'm wearing.
Oh, and I'm also wearing this Sandana underchin that was featured last week.
What did we
One
decide they
that
were
somebody
called?
died in it, right? There's a
Nobody
blowhole.
died.
So Nathan Bunnell says that he's got the same SP jersey.
All right,
What,
you can tell us something about it then.
Yeah, do you have maybe a different name on the back? Who's on the back line?
Johnny Salisbury.
Well, he says he has the same jersey, but he doesn't say he has the same sponsor, Doc Raiders jersey, right?
Right.
What?
He didn't mention that.
Oh, you know what?
Oh,
We should turn the lights off that are behind us. Are they messing us up?
No, we're good.
We're good? Cool.
Okay.
Before we move on,
Yes.
we got a shout out from Eric Nguyen Sr.
Cool. What's
Dan
up, Eric?
aka Burrito. Richard Wilcox. Thanks for the dog love.
Yeah, thanks to Richard Wilcox, he supplied the photo and he's in that photo, right?
Yeah.
Wes Shockley, sup with the for the hang loose.
yeah.
Hang loose.
What did you do the other day, Ben?
Shaka.
You were like,
I did the like Dio rocker shine, but then I hung it loose. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm just a rocker, but then I got that Hawaiian. I'm just like, rock and peace, brother.
this is like if you want to like poke somebody's eyes out. So you're like poking twists.
Ride the tiger, chill on the beach in Hawaii.
Phil
There
Shannon
you go.
came for the beer and the nachos.
What about the
We
Trader
have
Joe's
nachos.
Sriracha Ranch?
Dan's all about that. Sriracha.
And to answer Joy real quick, he was asking if we're going to hit up Dead Legends. We are going to be hitting up Dead Legends. That's in San Diego, December 1st, I want to say.
I
Yeah,
still have to buy
December 1st and 2nd.
my entrance for that. I keep forgetting.
So we will be there if you want to hang out. I'm not sure what side we're on yet, but we'll be there.
We're on the winning side.
Are you going to get photoshopped into any pictures? For the, is that the one that's Sunny's posting?
Okay.
Any pictures that...
Oh, no, I don't know.
Dude,
I don't
there's
know.
like rice and what the
Were you eating burrito while you were drinking that?
Paul's been
Dude, do you have some nasty
backwashing
backwash,
burrito
Paul?
into
Who the
wine.
Dude, this is disgusting.
$3 check.
Says the
Hold
guy
it.
who was eating
Show
like
it.
a
Show
Korean
it.
grill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
come on.
webcam.
People want to know what's going on. Don't spill it on the computer, Paul.
Oh
Come
my
on.
lord.
Dude, Dan, did you take a sip of this?
No, I haven't had any wine.
Weren't you just telling us you're going to bring grub worms next time for all of us to eat? Just chug it down.
Oh my gosh, I feel even more sick now. What the fuck is that?
I don't know what's up with that.
No, it complements the
F-bombs.
flavor of that.
Did I just burp and like throw up a little bit or something?
You must have.
Ew, dude, that's gross.
All right, so here's an update for everyone. If you can't tell what's going on, Paul just threw up in his wine.
No, you
So, and he's trying to blame it on me.
burped
Not
the
cool.
crap a little
What
bit.
the hell
No one
is
else
this?
has been
That's
holding
gross,
your wine
Paul.
glass this entire time.
Oh,
I didn't drink any wine.
this is disgusting.
Okay.
If there's rice and beans at the end of my wine, you've been sipping my wine.
Yeah, are you sure it wasn't in the bottle already when you opened
Oh,
Could have been.
man.
I mean, is it rice wine? That sounds very
Oh,
like.
dude.
I don't
Sounds
think
perfect
rice
for you,
wine
Paul.
has burrito sauce in it. That's,
Oh.
It's mostly rice.
that's pretty
from what I've
gross.
seen. And beans. Is
Oh.
it bean rind?
No, it's like a.
Bean rind?
It's like two
Beef
chunks
burrito.
of beef and like
it?
rice.
Face burritos.
As much as I'm sure everyone loves hearing about this, let's talk about some paintball.
Oh, that's
man.
Fine.
It's gonna be tough.
Fine.
All right.
It's gonna be
so-
tough. I know.
Let's see. Where are we at? Keep us on track, Benji. Come on.
So we're gonna talk about
we're
some of the
shaking
games we got
violently
going
on it.
around right now. So we just
Out of order.
played Mech Wars. That was a game put on by Sunny and the SoCal Stock Group at CPP Combat Paintball Park. It was mechs only, so
I don't have
Dan
any
was
Copper
using
barrels.
this IT mag a lot of the day. I was using my automag, and you saw a lot of automags out this time.
I like
It was
the,
probably close
bike
to
grip.
10
The
mags
bike grip,
out of
yeah.
60 players, which is,
Dude,
normally there's 2 or 3 mags, so it was nice being in good mag company.
Oh, here we go.
But I'd say there were about 60, 70 guys, and it was great. Combat has been putting a lot of work into their fields. Fill station was open all day. Wasn't doing 45 fills, but 35 is enough when you're playing mech, I guess.
How were
What
the
else?
games? Were
At
the
the
games
same
good?
time as we were, games were solid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get our GoPro on, Paul.
I'm
Played a
sad
lot of
that I
games in
couldn't
the
make it.
castle. Gotta come the next one. For
Yeah.
Sure.
I
At
mean,
the
I'm
s-
usually there at
GoPro?
CPPs. I'm surprised.
So why didn't you come?
Well, I have this. There we go. For the
Boo.
nursing exam.
So at the same
For the
time,
nursing
while we
exam?
were
Nursing exam.
Oh.
So while we were doing the mech games at the same time, Combat was hosting the PBSL
Nothing.
tournament,
Oh, here
which
we
is
go.
a 5-on-5 pump tournament. And that pump tournament is pretty unique in that everyone just tosses their names into a hat and the teams are picked at random. So it's 5-on-5 and you're playing with a random extra 4 guys every single time. So it's $30 entrance per player, and if your team wins, you get medals and $50 a piece. But then they keep track of your stats, and at the end of the season, whatever single person has the most points wins a pot of like $600.
Damn.
So-
$600?
It's pretty cool. Now some people complain if their team for that day isn't all that good, but you just got to keep playing, crush them next.
Wait, $600? That's more than the NXL.
It is.
But that's like league finishes, you
Yeah,
know,
league finishes.
into the league for the season.
But the good thing about the league finishes is that it's all local.
Yeah, and another good
Yeah.
thing is that it's probably more relying on reliability, and not necessarily reliability, but consistency. So if you're consistently there playing, your team does decent every time, then you have a better chance at someone who will probably show up and
Right.
win just a few.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty
So
cool.
we got some questions about the mag you're using. Dan, you want to let them know what's going on?
So this is a mag that I built, I don't even remember when, probably like 2008 maybe? Some of the mag guys can probably tell us when these frames were actually made, but I think I made it when I was still in Northern California working in Berkeley. No, it wouldn't have been 2008, probably 2010 is when I built this. But, so I bought, this is a Logic frame right here. I bought this from, is it Cool Hand Luke who makes these? I think that sounds right. I think it was
Luke's
a
Customs.
No, it wasn't Luke's Customs,
No.
but I think it was a pre-order on AO, and so I bought 2 or 3 of these, and then I took a stock RT rail and I had it milled by Rain Man, so we could put like a snatch grip on here, so I could hold it like this. And the body is an IT mag body, and it does have the steel insert. The steel insert that the bolt would actually hit against. I think some of them didn't have that steel insert, and it led to problems. Is that
I
right?
had an IT mag without the insert, and it didn't really work as well as it should, so
Yeah,
it's good
I
that
mean,
you have the insert.
Yeah, this one's always worked pretty well. It wasn't, although now I have to say it wasn't working when I went. Well, it wasn't working with my X valve, and I had Alex, Joey, and Art fix it up, and then
The
also
resident
Charlie.
Mag guys.
Yeah, and
Props.
so they were taking a look at it, and I think they added shims into my ULT. So
Yep.
the ULT is your on-off, and the pin in the ULT stands for ultralight trigger, and the pin wasn't coming down far enough. So basically what happens is you have air pressure on top of the on-off pin for the ULT, and when you put shims in, it actually extends the length of the ULT, and it gives that interior of the ULT more area that can fill up with air, so it actually pushes the lowest point of your on-off that the sear would hit down further, so that actually made the trigger assembly more reliable. So before,
and super light, like
yeah, I mean that's the thing with the ULT, it's ultra light trigger, so it's super light.
Make sure there's no rice in that.
Looks all good to me.
No, it's not the wine, dude.
But yeah, so they added more shims into my ULT. I think they also might have adjusted the shims in my power tube.
yeah. And then
The
other
level
basics, it's got the X valve on it, it's got an AGD bike grip, CP on off.
Can you hold that for a second?
Yeah.
Jorge was mentioning that I should have two, so that when I ride my bike, I can,
Yeah, I've done a couple trick shots with that setup.
Yeah.
It's a good.
So,
I forgot to mention that setup in our previous podcast.
take a line from Guy Cooper and say shoot and scoot. But it'd have to be a scooter. So, so Guy Cooper made this assembly, and it was called the scooter ball gun. And it was actually a whole game where you would have a scooter that actually has a paintball gun mounted on it, and it was what are those called? They're like Diamond GT blowbacks.
Yeah,
do you remember
it's like
those?
yeah.
So it had.
Spider-ish knockoff.
Yeah, I mean they're actually semi-reliable guns because I think most of the O-rings in them are actually tank O-rings. But anyway, he had a whole game developed where each person would ride around on the scooter and shoot these balls, and you would try to get the balls into the goals. And they were going to play it at CPX and kind of premiere it, but I think they got rained out, so they couldn't even play it. And you can watch a video on it. There's a video somewhere on my YouTube channel about it. Just search "shoot and scoot."
Now, do you have a level 10 in there?
I do have a level 10.
So for the people who don't know what a level 10 is, it's an anti-chop bolt kit sold for the mags that basically makes that bolt so light that I've actually seen videos of a guy sticking his tongue down there in the breech and shooting, and it just goes.
Most likely Tom
and goes
K.
right back.
So the
thing
thing
it wasn't Tom K in the video
Oh.
doing it, but yeah, the guy actually had I think it was an X-Mag breech open, and he stuck his tongue right in there with a steel block on the other side,
So
and just shoots it and just touches his tongue and goes right back.
I mean,
That's how soft it is on paint.
The mag guys were actually doing that, and that's just something I'm too afraid to ever do because
It requires a little bit of fine tuning.
Jorge,
yeah, I
you
don't
want
want.
to do that for us one stream?
Dude, I'll do that in the fart locker.
Okay, so basically what happens with the level 10 is you have a hole in the back of your bolt, and as your bolt moves forward, like you pull your trigger and the bolt moves forward because it's a blow forward, your bolt moves forward, and it's actually able to vent. If it hits something in the front, like that, it actually vents out that hole in the back. I believe that's how it works, and that actually stops your bolt, so.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
A couple
You can see
other
that-
things about that Mech Wars. We got to thank Combat for hooking it up on the entry fee. We were only paying $15 for 15 bucks for
15.
entry and air, which is pretty awesome.
Nice.
Definitely. And also giant thanks to James at CPP who was helping us with our video.
Accommodated us big time, gave us a
Yeah.
good ref, helped us make a video afterwards, showed us a little bit about what they're going to do on the field, which if you guys are in SoCal, keep showing up to Combat because they're adding a ton of stuff to that field. It's getting better and better.
Definitely.
Let's go through a couple other games quick before we move on. Thanksgiving, the Saturday after Thanksgiving, the SoCal Stock is having a going away game for Jeff. Do you know where that is, Dan? Where that's going to
It's
play?
at Ambush, I believe.
Okay, that's at Ambush in Moore Park. After that, or actually, this weekend on Sunday, the Common Dogs are having a pump barbecue at Whittier, which
Right.
is kind of the best potluck around. It's
Have you
pretty
guys
awesome.
ever been there?
I
I
have.
don't bench. Dude, you guys gotta go there.
Yeah, I have a hard time doing Sundays now, but I wish I could be there.
I can't go. Gotta paint the floors. Yay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
December
I think
11th,
that's
we
gonna
have
look really good.
Lynn's charity game at ASG. Dan and I are going to have an old school booth showing off, history. And I'm also going to have some new Jeff boxes there to show off and sell if anybody wants any.
I'll bring my old school.
Cool. Christmas, December 10th, the Field of Fire guys are having a game at Ambush also, so go to that. And this isn't a local game, but I just wanted to shout out the Southern Open 10-Man Classic, which is a 5.5 ball per second limited tournament. And I think it's played on mounds or something similar.
What field's it going
Woods
to be
ball.
at?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure offhand. I know it's in Atlanta.
This is the southern one,
Right?
Okay, not Rob's one.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what field it's going to be at, but it's coming up soon.
Yeah, that's December 2nd to 3rd. And actually, Rob of Black Sunday is going to have a West Coast 10-man classic, which is called the Bay Cities Classic. And that's going to be next year sometime. I don't think the date is announced yet, but it's just cool that we're going to have another 10-man classic on the West Coast, because I've been waiting for that.
About time, right?
Damn right.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's go on to some new products.
Wait, I wanted to just throw in a couple things. So,
Yeah, go ahead.
at Lynn's game, which is, I think, the 11th, right? Benji mentioned he's going to bring his Jeff boxes. So we're going to put Jeff boxes on some of the guns. And if people want to buy them, they can buy them from Hammer, I think.
The GoPro.
I also forgot we are going to Dead Legends, which is December, I think, 1st through 3rd in San Diego. So if you're there, hit us up, say hi.
Paul, I'm gonna punch you. You keep doing that.
What do you want to show off, Nathan? Can we do a close-up on something?
No, I'm going to just turn the GoPro back on.
Okay.
Can we say some shout-outs while we're here?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do
some
it.
shout-outs before we move on.
Shout-outs from Shogun Atomic. You vape for the flavor or buzz. I smoke cigars for the taste. Quitman, David Quitman.
Ooh.
The one and only David Quitman.
The one and only.
What is the best paintball gun and why is it the autococker?
The blade.
Oh,
It's
get
the
out of here,
Brassico blade.
David.
We're all about the Brassico blade
Unsubscribe.
here.
We don't need
Yeah,
you.
the thing's pretty sweet.
I'm waiting for the HK version of the Brassico blade. I heard it's dropping soon. And the best part is it's not going to just break apart in half.
There,
That's going to make it even better.
hey, give us
I
a dig,
think the
Quitman.
best thing is a VM68 with a bulb prop frame.
Bullpup frame. I heard
Yeah.
it's very efficient on 12
It
grams.
is. It
And
is.
real quickly, let me go back to Dead Legends. If anybody has any guns that they need worked on there, Tim Furpo, PB Tech is going to be there. Best tech around, so
Woo!
hit him up.
Tim Furpo.
Let's see.
Tim.
And
Wow.
apparently,
PaintballTech.com.
apparently, Dale Price is going to be playing the Southern Open Classic.
Oh,
Coming out.
we're gonna,
Nice.
we're
Coming
gonna,
out of the
That's
woodwork.
paraplegic turtles for anyone.
we're gonna have that dude
who's
up.
wondering.
We all knew that.
And well, you knew that, but also that was that Ron King who commented on there.
Yeah.
So there's a video with Ron King talking about some of the paraplegic turtles' history on my YouTube. So check that out if you're wondering more about the paraplegic turtles. I know
Yeah.
Jorge knows quite a bit about them, but
Yeah.
some of you other people. might
Two more
want
shout outs.
Two more
Added
shout-outs.
soon. Is that Sean White? Yes, it is.
Sean White in the
That is
house.
Sean White.
I don't know. I got Jesus 3 times this week. I got the Ginger Jesus once. And I got Blake. Some guy actually did a U-turn thinking I was Blake from Workaholics.
A U-turn in his car, or
Did he
just,
U-turn in his
or
car.
he was
drove
just
past
like,
me. No, he drove past me with his like girlfriend or something. And they were like looking at me and kind of like smiling. And I was like, I thought they were talking about like my dogs that I had with me. And then they like come back. They like U-turned at the end of the block and came back. And he's like, Blake? I'm like, no.
Sean White.
Sean White.
Sean White.
Don't recognize.
BM68
Last shout out to the one and only Paintball Tech.
Oh, no
Tim
way.
Furpo.
That's
the
the
legend.
king of all shout-outs
Tim
right
Furpo
there.
is watching.
Who also added that the Southern Open is going to be at Atlanta Paintball.
Atlanta
Quitman
Paintball.
says let's put a 10-man in.
Let's
Hey,
do it.
We are going to put a 10-man in
for
for
Atlanta?
the West Coast, so you're playing it. All right, you down for some new products?
Yeah, you're leading, so
Real
you're
quick.
bossing us around.
I've got a new product.
The Atomic Pickle. I don't know if anybody's seen what those are, but it's a new reusable paintball that, unlike the Reballs, which hurt a lot if you get hit with it, these Atomic balls have really low mass to them. So hypothetically, you can use them indoors, shooting targets and shooting buddies. I thought it's pretty cool. I'm going to be picking up a set, and I'll do a little review on it, showing how they work. Did you guys buy any?
No.
Well, I was
I
thinking
didn't
about
buy
it, and when I was searching for them, I also saw this indoor paintball Velcro target. So I was
What's
thinking
that
about
called?
it.
Is that a new
I did.
innovation?
No, I don't think so. I actually used to use it for training.
Doing
strip-
trick shots or
yeah,
what?
Yeah.
See, I tried going the cheap
Permanent
route.
paintballs.
Yeah, it would work in my Apex.
Tried going really cheap. I didn't want to spend for the atomic pickle, so I tossed a pickle in the microwave and nuked it. Didn't work the same.
Have you ever shot pickles out of your, I guess it would be grapes, right? We shot grapes out of our barrels before.
You could shoot a pickle out.
Not
if
at
it was the
people.
same.
Wait, Blanchi, are you the infamous grape raper?
The grape raper?
The
What
grape
is that
raper.
from? Is that a real thing?
It's from paintball.
I
What?
don't know anything
I know the
about that.
grape is from Whitest
I
Kids
think the
You
real
Know, but-
grape raper would say that he doesn't know anything about that.
Yeah, you got me figured out. I'm Tobying it right now. Rosette's obsessed with whether Toby from The Office is the Stanton Strangler.
Totally.
You
I
think
can
so?
see it.
And she's like totally obsessing about it. And I keep telling her he's not. He's the author of these novels that he has to hype up every episode. He's not the Stanton Strangler. But then she pointed out that, I don't know, she's like pointing all these things out, and we watched this video about it, and they point out that the car that's shown in the chase is actually Toby shown driving that car at one point. So,
I didn't even see that.
well, we watched like this whole video where they were pointing out all these things, and they were obsessing about it more than Rosette was. So anyway,
I have a
couple
question
other-
for you guys.
Yes.
So Kiefer Reefer, you guys all know him.
Yeah.
He's watching our stream right now. He just sold his CCM. What is that? The mech?
MVP?
No. The mech gun that came as a mech.
Series 5
No.
is mostly, it could have been
Only
a
a
G2, could have been an 04.
I don't know if any of them only came as Mac.
Yeah, one of them only
Well,
came as a mech.
get him to link it, and then we'll
He
figure it
sold
out.
that shit for $450.
For,
Seems
I think that was a great deal.
Seems
Yeah.
low. Yeah.
Shout out to Kiefer.
Especially if it's a one of one. Couple other new products. Well, this is just a cool deal. I always like the Spire as my go-to hopper because
The Spire?
the Spire, SPIRE. They almost never break down in my experience.
CCM
with them.
works.
CCM Works came as, yeah, I guess it came as a
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends what it had on its stock. $450 if it had some butchered parts is
I
reasonable.
think it was full CCM with a pristine Mountain Dew anode.
It's a good deal. Yeah,
I was gonna buy it.
So the Spire, if you go on BacciPaintball.com, they're having a 2-for-1 sale, $150 for 2 Spires, which is an amazing deal. Just wanted to throw that out there. Let's see, what else? I wanted to talk about the 68 low impact barrel by Valken. So if you guys haven't seen that, basically, I don't know if you've seen a lot of your local fields, but fields are experimenting with 50 cal because a lot of kids can't take the hit of a paintball, and a lot of parents are afraid of the hit of a paintball. So basically, if you were a field owner, your only option was getting a 50 cal gun or turning your guns down, which, you know, it takes time tuning it, testing it, and also paintball guns don't really work all that well at lower pressures. So Valken came out with a new barrel kit with a lot of extra porting, where if your gun is shooting 300, based on which barrel you stick on, there's a yellow barrel and a blue barrel. If you stick on the yellow barrel, it'll change your 300 FPS gun to 180 without any other adjustment. So basically, they can stick a bunch of these yellow barrels onto rental guns and have kids playing low impact paintball.
Gino.
That is genius. That is a
Gino.
freaking game changer. I think it's awesome. So if you go the yellow tip, it shoots 180 feet per second. If you go the blue tip, it's 220. You know, 220 is probably more reasonable because you'll still break some balls. 180, you're probably going to have to play that bounces count. But whatever it is, it's pretty awesome to get new kids into the sport. It's easier for field owners. I don't see why.
That's a
anyone
great
wouldn't get it.
invention right there. Yeah.
Yes. I think he mentioned that they have 4 patents on that barrel itself. So it's got some cool technology in it. I also wanted to mention the GOG Renegade jerseys. I don't know if anybody saw it, but it seemed like they had found a huge trove of Renegade jerseys. And so they're Renegade material on the social jersey. So it's not a true old school Renegade, but I guess if you can't find a legit old school Renegade, that is the best option. They're $100 a piece in limited sizes on the GOG site, so you can get those there.
Well, there are actually,
On the social site?
no, it's on the GOG site, but they are, it is Renegade material.
Yeah, it's
They're
Renegade
just
material.
branded for social.
Branded social, but it's also, it's not a full Renegade jersey. It's got venting on the sides. It doesn't have the
Cuffs.
Renegade neck. It doesn't have the Renegade branding, but it is the Renegade material. So, you know, the Renegade jerseys are pretty expensive when you find one that's in good condition. So this is definitely the best option.
You said it's not like a full jersey, so is it like a belly shirt or
A mid-drift is what you're thinking.
You can get a crop top.
like a halter top?
Well, that's it for news. Now we just
God
get to
Paintball just got bought out by somebody.
By who?
Well, no, we're talking about Gogged Paintball in San Diego. What's the guy's name? Is it Mike? Who's running it now?
Michael Early was the one who was posting about all the.
But I think also the guy who's
all the
running it is
jerseys.
named Mike.
Because the guy who used to run it, I used to play for a team that was sponsored by God. He was like an older dude. Super cool. Super cool.
It's pretty cool that they actually started selling them because who was it that actually owned the jerseys and they went out of business?
I think it was Hustle.
So Hustle had the jerseys and they went out of business, so they've just kind of all been a warehouse sale. People actually get to go for them now.
And one of the best things is that when people order them from Gogged in San Diego, they'll actually receive them. So I know that some people were having problems ordering them from Hustle. I don't know if people were having issues ordering them from Social, but I have heard about that. But they'll be able to receive them reliably. So check that out. I think it's BacciPaintball.com.
Cool. Well, we're done with the news. Now we can just talk about the old school gear that we brought out. Dan, you can start that.
Okay. So
Start with
you
the
can
logo
get a.
over there.
So
well, we're actually gonna have Jorge
Gadberry was
start.
asking if they have a Renegade fishnet. No, but Jorge Cervantez here does have a sexy, what was it, camo negligee that he'll let you borrow.
Yeah, right.
I think that's in Jorge's trick shot collection right now.
Yeah.
So Jorge's going to show off this new harness that he got from Mike Grizzly Grub.
Yeah. Oh,
at
Mike.
Gramps and Grizzly.
Yeah, Grizzly of Gramps and Grizzly. He gave this to me. He said I could use it. It's pretty nice. It's the Rambo style harness, you know.
So what? Do you
a lot
know
of
what
people
brand
have been
this is?
talking about Whiskey 2.4 in those harnesses, but I don't know. I prefer something like this, you know, just Rambo style.
Yeah, Rambo, nice and simple.
Yeah.
Just like Rambo.
Yeah.
John Rambo.
Locked and loaded, baby.
Show us how the tubes fit in there. I think there's some tubes right there. They're locked
the
into
way
that.
you're wearing your
revolver.
head
Oh,
wrap
nice.
just
This
makes
is
you
like-
look like a babushka.
That's how I wear mine every time we actually play.
You look like an old grandmother.
So you're going to put your
Face towards the camera. Don't look at us.
We don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I've
Show the
worn
people.
these harnesses before.
So, you know, you just rock your tubes in here. Do you have any 12 grams?
No, 12 grams, because I knew you'd air something out.
Blasted full of dirty air. So yeah, Dan, you just put a 10 round tube in like
Face the
this.
camera,
No,
right?
you're the one that asked about it. This is how you put a 10 round
Man,
tube.
don't forget to
in
put
a
your
harness.
barrel in one of the loops.
Yeah, you have to put your barrel in the loops.
Actually, that's one
Actually,
really
you just
cool
hold half
feature.
your...
That's one really cool feature about this. If you do want to put on your sniper barrel, you can just slip it in one of the 10 round tube spots. So
Yeah.
if you're long range, you take off your short barrel, stick that sniper barrel on there. You want to bunker someone, take off that sniper barrel, stick the 8-inch on there.
So here we go. If you want to, hey, remember, Jorge, this is the harness that you'll be using from now on. So if you stretch out all the actual tubes, it's not going to be very effective. He's like, oh man, I need to rethink my strategy.
Give me one of your... No, Paul, this is for you later.
All right, I think that Jorge's moment to shine is through.
Yeah.
All right, Dan, what is this?
So right here we have the auto rocker. This is a semi-automatic Sterling. So if you think about the Sterling body, you can tell that it's one piece that's extruded. So when Glenn Palmer was trying to make the Blazer, he went to, what's the guy's name? It's Dale Galsworthy, I believe, was the guy who was actually running Sterling and or Proline. I think it might have been Proline at that time. So he went to Proline and he was like, hey, you know, I'll hook you up with an LPR that you can use to make your semi-automatic Sterling, and you make me some extrusions for the Blazer. So this is one of the few that Glenn actually made with Proline, one of the few auto rocker models that they actually made, and it actually has a rock inside of the grip right here. So it has, you put your tank on right here, or it's set up for remote. So Jorge would use it for remote with his trick shots, but sends your main high pressure up to your valve right here, and then it sends your low pressure from the ASA into the bottom of the grip. And this is kind of a, it almost looks 3D printed, but it's like a cast 3D grip that's actually machined. Well, it's a cast polymer grip that's machined. So your low pressure goes in here and it actually has a rock that's actually stacked like that, low pressure rock, and
I'm gonna show a close up of that on the GoPro.
Yeah, and so it outputs low pressure to the. It outputs low pressure to the actual ram right here. So we can see here's our ram, and
Whoa.
yeah. So you pull your trigger, and it will actually fire your shot. It trips your sear. So right here you have your catch and you have your sear, and right there that would be how it is before you shoot. You pull your trigger, and your sear will disconnect from your hammer, or it'll hit your hammer. So your hammer will unlatch from your catch. Your hammer will slam back against your valve, and then it will fire your paintball. And then as you are continuing to pull, it will actually direct air to the other side of this ram. This is actually right here would be the beginning of the stroke. This is like your default right here. But then it'll direct it back to the front. Now let's see, it would, yeah, it'll fill your front, and that will actually push it back and recock. So let's see, it'll slam into your hammer right here, and your sear catch will catch your hammer, and your breech will be open with your bolt back, and then you'll let go, and that will send air back to the back of it, which will push it forward again, and then you're ready to fire your next shot. How bad did I mess that up?
Oh, solid.
You're good.
There we go.
Dan, while you're there,
Huh?
show off
Can you
the
repeat that?
couple of Jeff boxes that are right there. You got
Alright.
3. You got one of yours, 2 of mine.
So we got some Jeff boxes right here.
Nice.
We got, this is my favorite right here, the squishy. So you can see it flexible. This is not a model that I think will be produced.
Yeah, we'll probably do a couple of those short run for people.
Yeah.
SoCal Stock only.
But you know, you get hit there and it might give you a little bit of play.
Subsection of
Yeah,
it.
it's pretty squishy. And that one I think is a
Has a
50 round version.
Yeah, it has a view loader lid. So these are all the lidded versions. We don't have one of the actual versions that will actually allow you to remove the feed neck and remove the actual feed cap. But here's a hard 3D printed one, and again, this has the view loader style lid,
Alright, so
which
we'll do that.
actually works pretty well. But I personally like the plastic, or the more flexible plastic flip lids.
From like the APP.
Yeah, the APP ones, which I think Jeff
Yeah.
printed a few
So
of
we're
those
going
as
to be
well.
printing those out in a couple different sizes in lid version and 10 round tube fed version. So if you do play like the PBSL tournament, you can carry extra paint on you if you're using a 10 round tube fed hopper. So that'll be perfect for those kind of players.
Yeah, didn't he have one where the 10 round just stuck in the hopper?
Yeah, those are his original ones that he made.
God.
So here's a look on Jorge's sniper.
You got it, Chopper.
I think this is a free flow body, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, we're actually going to be starting
Yeah, it is.
printing a lot of
It's
these
a free flow.
Jeff boxes in the next couple weeks. I should have a decent stock on hand for Lynn's charity game, and whatever's left over I'm going to post online, and
We're gonna
we'll
raffle.
get them in the right hands.
We're gonna raffle some off at the charity game.
Definitely going to toss a couple into the raffle for sure.
Definitely come to the charity game in ASG.
Yeah, well, Dan and I will probably be donating a couple things for the raffle, so you'll be able to get a chance at some cool old stuff.
I'll donate some pods.
Good, man. What else you got
I'll
there?
donate
Here, Dan,
gold,
show this off.
fan handle.
Fan
So
of
Dan is
pumpkin.
gonna
Wait.
show
Actually,
off.
when we were still on loaders, what's that loader?
This is
The
the
Beluga.
spine, or no, it's the e-tron. I was gonna say spine loader, but it's
Oh, you know
actually
E-tron?
EJ. Is that e-tron? All right, so this is the e-tron, and this is another one that's the spin loader. I was gonna say spine, but it's spin loader on the top,
Yeah,
but
the
it's
spine loader wouldn't make too much sense.
but it doesn't actually have. There's nothing to it. It's just
Well, I think you could
A
connect
ball with
like
a hole.
pinwheels to it, and it would spin. That's why it's called the spin loader. That
All
thing's
right.
pretty awesome looking.
yeah.
Very
It actually has a
aerodynamic.
shut off right here. So if we look down through the top, we can see that now we can't feed. So it's like prevents your balls from going in, which is nice, I guess, because I think you're supposed to get a harness that actually holds the spin loader on it. Don't drop
maybe,
it; it's
maybe
fragile.
you have like
Show off that nasty.
a harness that holds like 5 of them, and then you
Yeah.
spin that around to the loaded ones.
So here's a nasty, and this is
Nasty.
PD
Think of the
Palmer's
nasty
Double
between those
62.
guys.
Yeah, and why I wanted Dan to bring out this nasty was because on eBay this week someone was selling a nasty, and the description was, "This is well, I'm gonna paraphrase, but it was something along the lines of, "This is the only custom modified Palmer's paintball gun in existence being sold on the internet." So yeah, no, but it is a cool gun.
Go to the other view, Paul, or give us a mini with a GoPro.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. And
Mini?
he said he bought it
Yeah,
for
with the
2,000
GoPro
new, which kind of makes a little sense with the nasty, but
So imagine you have your two.
two Jeff
Are
boxes.
we back on the big view now? Okay, imagine you have your two Jeff boxes on here.
Or I'd say 2 spin loaders, but yeah.
2 spin loaders. Jorge would go for 2 spin loaders.
It's because Jorge is a spinner.
Anyone out there?
I'd rig it up for some Apex tips too.
If
So-
anyone out there actually uses a double barrel, send us some action shots. If there's a really good one, maybe we'll stick it
I
on the
feel
green
like-
screen for next time.
At those pump days in Sacramento, people would play with
The doubles,
Nassies
yeah.
sometimes.
A lot of those guys had doubles.
Yeah. Aren't
What
there
else
some
you got?
over-under ones?
Yeah, over under and the side by side. I mean that's just a side.
Yeah.
Paul, do the
It's pretty good.
GoPro on main screen.
Got a phantom power bomb on it.
I just wanted to show off some. Is this right way, straight up?
Yeah, just normal. Let me rotate this a little bit for you.
No, that's backwards.
Okay, so I'm going this way.
Let's see if I can.
So
figure this
I
out.
wanted
Here
to
you go,
show
Benji.
off some of the various player cards that I got here. A lot of these are the Soyas that I'm selling for Chris, but I wanted to start with actually, this is a David Bassman player's card from GBD when he was playing with them.
What is GBD?
The Good, the Bad, and the Deadly.
Ooh, yes.
Badass team. So I thought these player cards were kind of cool. I don't know why they don't have more of these nowadays, but it's got his height, 5'10", 150 pounds, age 40. Cool, joined GBD in 1993. And I like his quote here on the back. "I know you believe you understand what you think I said, but I'm not sure you realize that what you heard is not what I meant."
Whose card is that?
This is Dave Bassman's.
So
He was 40 when that came out?
40 when that came out.
Jesus.
And his sponsors were Tasso,
Asian.
JT, A&S, Pro Ball, Realtree, Unique, War Games, Sandana, B&M, and Carter Machine.
That's a legend.
So
Yep.
which view are we on? Only GoPro?
Only GoPro.
So
You can put this on the small.
So I thought that at that time Bassman would have been playing with Shockwave, but maybe Shockwave was more of an amateur team and he was playing pro.
I mean,
with GBD?
they also probably took these pictures before, a year beforehand, before these cards came out. So maybe by this time he already had switched. Another one of these that I got is Rob Kerr, also playing for GBD. So there you go. It's kind of cool. Let's see.
Who printed those? Did Glenn say that his brother printed those?
No, I don't remember him saying that, but it says American Star was distributing these.
Wait, these are.
Wow, Rob is
trading
6'2", 200 pounds, 30 years old, living in LA.
My guess would be the owner of Splat magazine probably printed those.
Do you have any of those bad boys signed?
Why do you think
No,
that?
but
Oh,
hopefully
man.
I can
Just
meet up with Dave sooner than later and get him
Here,
to
come over
sign
here.
that.
Take Benji's chair.
the owner of Splat magazine was like
Say when you get here.
the owner of Splat magazine was like really into Prince.
Yeah.
So
Like the Prince, the artist formerly known as Prince?
So
no, Prints.
Okay.
like, oh, my printer's gone.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
So, but Splat Mag was like, I mean, are you talking about Splat? Or
Splat magazine.
So, which is like the one Chris Aquinta was involved with, right?
Yes.
So that
Shout out
was
to
much,
Chris.
that was much later though, right? That like
It was, but
2000.
he was involved with paintball
Oh,
way back.
do you know what team he was playing on in the early
I
'90s?
do not.
Oh,
And here's some of the Lasoya cards. Anyone who knows Chris Lasoya knows he got around
Oh yeah.
from team to team, that is. So here he is with the
so I can just
Tremblant
click scene.
Cowboys.
Yes, sir.
Scene 2.
This one is a PSP 06 event where he was playing for Trauma, even though they spelled it Truama.
Truama.
We got 2007 playing for Moscow Phoenix out of Russia. We got 2009 playing for Oslo Menace. Cool. We got, here's an Aftershock one from 2010. Kind of cool. And one more playing for Energy.
Energy.
Energy. And then this is just for all you guys. Here's me. Look at that Jufro. That's like 2007 Ben.
It's gonna be worth some money someday.
What, are you wearing a tux?
That is a jacket of some sort. But yeah, that fro is pretty glorious. I had frosted blonde tips on the Jufro.
Oh, nice.
It was nice. Remember those days fondly. Alright, what next? Dan, you want to talk about this Tiger Stripe jersey?
In just a moment.
Okay. Here. So this is the 6-pack. This is a Grizzlies 6-pack, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It will be for sale also.
Okay, so this is the 6-pack that Dan just did a video of. You can check out it being used functionally at Combat on Dan's YouTube. And right here it is on. Is this the same gun you were using?
Same gun we were using.
Cool, so this is the Lords of Discipline Piranha.
Let me go back to you, actually. I was slacking.
Well, here, you should talk about it anyways.
No, you watch the video. You know all about it.
So yeah.
Stand back. Go to the chair. Sit in the chair. Because you're in focus in the chair. You're not as in focus here.
Okay.
Where am I at here? PBDnA.
Ooh.
Right here.
Bro, calling player.
Yeah.
Come on.
Are you aired
Whoa.
How's the pump stroke, Benji? A
Pump
little
stroke
bit better?
is way better. So, for everyone who doesn't know what a 6-pack is, basically you load 6 12 grams into here. You load it right here. So just slide them in. They filter down. And, you know, once you pierced it, it'd be aired up. You'd shoot all your paint, blah, blah, blah. And all you would have to do is the 12 gram would eject. The new one would automatically load it in and be pierced, and you'd be ready to go in a split second. So as Dan was saying in his little article, once these were actually used in one event before they just let people use constant air, because effectively this was constant air.
1989.
89. So you didn't have to, you know, unscrew your bucket changer or unscrew your dropout changer or, you know, any kind of changer you had. You just boom. So this was one of the rare times where an innovation was so good that it kind of wrecked itself.
It played itself.
By the way, if
You
you
played
want,
yourself, homie.
if you want a
Just like
smooth
E-tron.
pump stroke,
E-tron. Yeah.
we just invented something called Bocce's Juice. Patented 2017.
Bocce juice.
Bocce Juice.
Do you ever want to know?
It'll be on sale on Bocce's website, BacciPaintball.com, in about a month or so. So make sure to.
Is that fake juice?
No, it's
Here it
Bocce's Juice for the
Josh,
pump
we'll talk
strokes.
about that all monitor.
He's collecting it. Harvesting it.
Well, we gotta
In
get
here.
the supply for it first.
Yeah, you gotta harvest the supply.
Yeah, exactly. So it's gonna take about a month.
We're on main view, right?
We're on main
Oh
view.
wow, what's that, Dan?
This is some tiger stripes that Benji bought at Few. These are a little bit too big
This
for
was
me.
from Don Howard.
That's perfect.
But this is the black sleeve tiger stripe. So these are a little bit more uncommon, actually significantly more uncommon than the standard tiger stripe pullover. And we can actually see on this one we have rip stop on the arms, although it didn't stop all the rips, or as Jorge might say,
It looks like a dog bit that or something. Maybe.
It's possible.
we have some up here too. But yeah, this is rip stop, and then this is your standard tiger stripe twill, and it pretty much matches the pants I'm wearing.
Pretty much. That's a dead on.
I used to have a Bushwhackers jersey like this, but I was stupid and it triggered away.
Nice. No, it's an integrated face mask.
Yeah, integrated mask. So I was talking to Tim Schloss on the phone last week, and he was telling me that the amount of the black sleeve pullovers that were made was significantly fewer than the standard all tiger stripe version.
What kind of numbers are we talking?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think he mentioned numbers, but he would make this version for teams that he sponsored, and then also for his friends. And you would often see Fred Schultz of Constant Pursuit wearing the black sleeve tiger stripes. You'd also see some of the Navarone players would wear them, and you would just see them in a lot of pictures in the magazines in probably 1991 to the mid 90s. So one thing that I didn't know is that the pullovers that Tim Schloss made weren't actually made until 1991. They actually premiered at the same event as WGP introduced the autococker, which was the 1991 Lone Star Open, which was in March. And Navarone was the first team to actually wear the pullovers and the pants, and Tim Schloss modeled both the pullovers and the pants off of jail uniforms, or jail, what are they called? I mean, what's the word for
jumpsuit?
Jumpsuits.
Yeah, basically jumpsuits.
Onesies.
Well, no, they're
starter
twosies.
jacket.
Twosies, but one of his clothing contractors in St. Louis was actually making the jail uniforms, and they thought, hey, you know what? Why don't we just make some of these for paintball? And when you
prisoners ever
Tiger stripes.
They ever mix up an order?
well, this is a twosie basically.
For jail?
No, they were making the jail uniforms. One of his clothing contractors was making the jail uniforms,
Okay.
and he saw him, or the clothing contractor was like, "Hey, why don't you make some of these for paintball?" And they made a few changes, and that's how the actual pullovers were basically introduced into paintball. It was based on the design or thought that, hey, why don't we try to make this jail uniform or jail twosie into something for paintball.
So they basically, in the factory, they just replaced the orange fabric
with
the
tiger stripe.
camouflage.
Did he
and
still
black
have
rooftop.
the hole in the back of the pants?
No, that's a modification.
I think that's a custom modification, Paul. But yeah, so that's some insight. Where do I find parts for my
Papa's
Kingman
mom.
Hammer P? So which version is? So we have a question from
Spacchio?
Spacchio?
Spacchio. Spacchio.
Where do you find parts for your Kingman hammer?
So there's a few parts on BacciPaintball.com, but one place to look for Kingman Hammer parts would be I&I, because I&I was selling a lot of Kingman Hammer parts.
Yeah.
If you email me with which parts you actually need, I might be able to point you in the right direction.
Right. And
let's-
DMFL23 says, watch out for pieces of rice and beef in your bocce juice. So we're going to be trying to, use a good filtration unit to keep the bocce juice clean. But if there is some bean or rice in there, that's what you get. Eat it. Yeah, eat it. It's good stuff. We got also got a couple more comments on the Facebook. Tommy Richter wants to know, do you have a duck? Dan, you got a duck?
No ducks.
No ducks.
Actually, I think I do. Where is?
You have
you seen my phone?
You
Dan
should
has
ask me.
pieces to a duck that he's trying to build up.
Okay.
For sure.
So we have T-minus 6 minutes left until we have to end it. So
Yeah,
what kind of requests do we have in those last few minutes?
A couple more comments on Facebook. You got Richard Wilcox saying that a lot of dogs had doubles, semi, and pup at these events. So that's pretty cool.
Doubles.
And he's like, I'm not old. Dave
gotcha.
Bassman ain't old.
So
You're wise.
so he
okay?
was
You're wise.
in the actual Great Western Series and some of the lively events in 1990, 1991, 1992. The Dogs of War, who are pictured behind us right here, were actually shooting pump and semi in combination. Some players shooting pump, some players shooting semi. Probably whichever pump they were, or whichever pink end they were more comfortable with. Anything to add to that, Paul?
The Dogs of War is a great team.
Paul's like,
Great addition there, Paul.
Maybe they could learn a few things from Jorge Cervantez.
Yeah, Jorge, you want to tell us about any trick shots you've been working on?
I actually haven't been working on any trick
Oh
shots.
my god.
I've been
man,
setting
you
up on
slacking.
paintball history and forgeries in paintball history.
so Jorge's
What did we hire you for?
Jorge's studying to take a test, and you said nursing earlier,
Yeah,
which is a lie.
I don't think
is
you
it,
need a study to take an HIV test.
Is it actually a paintball history test that you're going to take?
I have been asked by a few to be a curator at a new paintball museum.
Oh, where's that going to be?
Oh, I don't know. It could be at paintballmuseum.org.
Ooh, paintballmuseum.org. Sounds like an up-and-coming website. Can you tell us anything else about it?
There's going to be a lot of paintball and a lot of history.
Oh, nice.
Some of it overlapping, some of it just general history.
Very-
Hindenburg and
Very intuitive name.
yeah.
Dan, I gotta say your outfit right now is 10 out of 10.
Yeah, Dan, I
Thanks.
would like you to recreate the scene in Ace Ventura 2 where he's coming out of the rhino.
How's this?
Thank you.
I can't put the rest of my body through, but that'll be enough visual for everyone. What else we got in our last few moments
What else? Got a
of
couple
freedom?
more seconds.
Oh, you know what? Let's talk about Eric's. Let's go to our click scene 2.
Gotcha. Hold on, we're
So
accidentally full overhead. I'm on scene 2. Good to go.
okay, so right here we have the what did Eric call this? He calls it like the SC6 pack, I think, and or the SC6. And this is made by Eric. I think his last name is Eric Guillen, and he is one of the guys that plays with us at some of the local events with SoCal Stock. And on MCB, his name is Trust Me, or it might be Sail to Me, but his name on I think Custom Cockers might be Trust Me. And he was trying to get a pack from Whiskey 24, and I don't know whatever happened with that.
Whiskey 24 has like a year of time from when you order to when you get it.
So he got a little bit disappointed with that. Go to the full view again with the GoPro on the side.
Okay.
Scene 1.
Scene 1. Got it.
Okay, so
I did scene 1. Here, I'm on GoPro view with Ian recording.
okay.
Here, switch Paul. Stick it on.
Stick it on, Paul.
Stick it on, Trey.
Okay.
There we go. Oh, that's sick.
Cool. So Eric had these packs made because he didn't want to wait any longer for Whiskey 24, and it's a neat design that he did. It's a mole design on back, so you can put your plastic clips through and actually hook it on a belt like this, or you can use these little clips that Eric's sewing contractor had made. And the way these work is you can kind of clip it in like that, and then it'll go through your belt. And if there's enough tension here, it's not going to come out. So it's pretty neat. And they run as capless, but if you want to, which is what I'll be doing, I'll just be going like this with my caps at the base. I might actually put it up so I have my cap facing up, and then I can take it out and in. Although I'll have to work on my grab. Probably grab like that and load it in. Might have to rethink that. But yeah, it's a cool pack. Eric is selling these on MCB for $20 for the pack. And it holds 6 tubes and it holds 2 12 grams. And
show us how you put a 12 gram in there, Dan.
I will if I had a 12 gram, but I don't.
Just
so
stick that barrel in instead.
I don't want to.
Looks like Facebook is frozen, but YouTube's going.
No, we're both
Good to go? Okay, cool.
Okay.
DMF L23 asked about that green All-American barrel for the mag. Are you selling that, Dan?
Yes, that will be for sale.
So that will be for sale.
It
You
has
can,
some bad corrosion on it, on the nickel.
if you want just any kind of... Do you have any other All-American barrels on your site?
I don't know. Do you have any All-American
If
barrels?
If Dan doesn't have any All-American barrels for you, hit me up, and I will get you set up. I have a bunch that I
Where should they hit you up at? On Instagram?
Hit me up on Instagram or Big B the Benji on
Why do people want
Facebook,
Americans?
Ben
They're so much
Silverstein
heavier.
on
You
eBay,
shut your mouth,
Big B
Paul.
_PB.
Well, Paul,
When's the last time you paintballed, Paul?
And also
been
you can
months.
get, Charles
Exactly.
White wanted to know where he can get a vert foregrip for a mag,
for a micro mag?
or micro mag.
Actually, yeah, that's a good question.
I think probably contacting Tracy at PTP is probably your best bet.
Yeah, I think they still have some stock ready to go.
Some people actually 3D printing some of those micro mag parts, but one thing that I like to do is I like to put these on my hands, and they actually act as both finger guards, so I don't get shot on my fingers, which I hate, and easy access, so work really
For
well
real?
with that. Yeah.
That's
A
cool.
lot of people wear them as, you'll put it over your wrist, but I like just putting them on my fingers.
I heard
Yeah,
that when the camouflage got sent into the prison on mistake, they actually sent some of these Mole packs also, and the prisoners were filling them with quarters and socking people in the face with them.
So like brass knuckles.
Exactly.
And Spakio wanted to know where you can email BacciPaintball.com. Sometimes Dan takes a couple days because he's busy, but he'll get back to you.
What is it? Is it Dan at BacciPaintball.com?
Questions or Dan.
Uh,
Yeah, either one. So what do you think? Is that we are 1 minute over? Should we kill it?
We
Anything
had
else?
a couple more questions from Facebook. Paul, you want to bring those up?
we're part of
Yes.
Full monkey.
Wesley Shocker says
Wesley Willis?
Check your piano. We will.
We'll check that, Wesley, for you.
There were
What's
some
he
other
saying?
comments from Richard Wilcox and a couple guys before that.
Richard Wilcox, no dogs wore first pullover. Tim S. was a team member.
Cool. So
What
Tim
event?
Schloss played for the Dogs of War.
What event, Wilcox, did you guys premiere the pullovers at?
Another question from Richard Wilcox is, yeah, I have 2 6-pack in drawer and was using CA at same in rec ball before allowed in tournaments.
Right, so he was using the 6-packs for events, but they were already using constant air for rec balls, so
Yeah.
it was nice for them to be able to use constant air on the field. Let's give a shout out to John Saywell, who had broke his left arm and now has been cleared to play.
All right.
Good to go.
Nice.
Where's he from?
I
SoCal?
hate to see
No,
injuries,
He's
period,
from
so.
Tennessee or Kentucky, I think, or maybe Cincinnati. Might be from Cincinnati.
Yeah, my brother-in-law shattered his hip in like 30 places a couple months ago, and today was the first day he was running on the assisted treadmill.
Ooh.
Man.
That was on vacation too, or no, it was before.
Right
vacation.
before vacation, he couldn't go on vacation because he shattered his hip in a bunch of places, but now he's actually, you can see him running and stuff. It's pretty amazing.
That's in Israel, isn't it?
Yup.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kathleen Turner, probably the only female.
John's
watching
out
the
of
stream.
Cincinnati.
All right. So what do you think? Is that it? Are we RIP'd?
I think that's it. Anybody have any last-minute questions for us?
I'm gonna give you guys 30 seconds. Last minute questions.
Or if you have any guns you want us to show off next time, any gear, you can check Dan's posts on his site. Any of that gear you want to see, just ask him. We can bring it off and show it up.
Actually, a lot of that stuff is stuff I took pictures of like 6 months ago
Okay.
or 8 months
They
ago.
can still
so
bug
it's
you about it.
Alright,
Yeah.
We got some questions coming in from DMFL23. So have the one that came in on my first mag.
Oh yeah, he was
Smart
talking about
Ones.
his All-American barrel. So he was asking about that green barrel. So he said he likes the color green, likes all the All-American barrels. I always like the way the All-American barrels shot really well. Although I think the J&J ceramics shot even better.
They look sweet, though.
And our last question of the night
Yeah.
from T-Dot. How can we grow SoCal stock? To wrap it up.
It's from
How
Tech.
can we grow SoCal stock?
I'd say probably by playing the Black Knight 2000.
Yeah. I think maybe
Black
more of a presence from the icon would really help SoCal stock.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And,
I think
Who's the
SoCal
icon?
stock's been growing really
Icon.
nicely.
he does trick shots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe if there was like a dual setup or something
Yeah.
down here at
Yeah.
a SoCal stock event.
And we had some Pacalolo added in. But no
Ooh.
burning poop in a barrel. Because that's definitely not allowed in Southern California.
It's not safe.
Hey, everybody watch your safety videos from Antlinda if you want to know about that.
Yeah, if you have any new players going out to play paintball, send them
That's
there
the way you
first.
learn how to approach the Black Knight without having your face blown apart.
Yeah, exactly. So, what do you
Charles
think? Are we
Evans
good?
says, "What's the best paintball gun?" Really?
We already had that question. We decided it was the HK blade. Brass Eagle
HK
blade.
blade.
The HK Brass Eagle blade.
Exactly.
It's a blade with a HK
It's-
sticker on the
it's
side.
blade.
No, it's the
It's a
VMC
blade, but it's
with
an
bullpup frame.
Alright, we never really came to a solid conclusion on that. There's a lot of...
I thought it was a blowgun.
We'll get back to you next week
Yeah,
with that.
that's...
And
we
maybe
might need
a little
week.
update from the Andre Hot Rod Bill. We're hoping. By the way, rip Andre.
Hey, can we get a...
Rip.
We would just want to know how many people out there are disappointed that they haven't seen an update about the Andre Hot Rod build.
I'm disappointed.
So that's 4. Is there anyone else?
Anybody else?
That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Just half, over
11.
half the people.
All right, we have pretty much everyone watching and everyone filming today wants to know about the Andre Hot
Where
Rod.
you at, Johnny
Cool.
Depp?
And a couple of last-minute comments. Cody wanted us to go over the difference between CCM models. We're not going to cover it this week, but I'll do a couple minutes on it next week. And Art was saying his favorite videos are just when we show off our old school guns and stuff, which we're going to do more and more because that's what we love also, Art.
Yeah. Is that Art that fixed the mag?
Yeah.
Thanks, Art.
And obviously, I love mags over anything. Mags are the best guns ever.
Cocker's number one.
Mags are cool.
Boo! Cocker's number one.
Mags!
I
Cockers
go
and
with the
Shockers.
Brass Eagle blade.
Shockers.
I mean, if you can't use
Other
a
than the
VM6
old school
game,
shockers
yeah.
where your trigger guard
Or
is
if you
like
have to use a
half
normal
your
use
chest
right
and you
there.
pull the trigger. I got fat fingers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice also.
That's
All
great.
right.
Well,
Thanks for
it was
watching,
fun.
everyone.
Thanks for
Thank
watching,
you.
guys.
Thank
Take
you,
it
guys.
We
easy.
did not get enough trolling though, so
There was like no trouble.
Well, I
'Cause
don't
we
think
have-
I have. Oh, I do have my phone on me.
Where you at, Jeff?
We should have trolled ourselves.
yeah.
Thanks,
Kathleen
guys.
Turner loves Aunt Linda. We're gonna have Aunt Linda on the
Yeah.
show soon.
She's a big fan of Aunt Linda. She actually knows Aunt Linda.
Aunt Linda gets down too at Bocce Mountain. She was taking heads.
Yeah.
Not
Scalps.
taking
Not
as
heads,
many
scalps.
Not taking as many scalps as Dan's brother Mitch, who straight up
Was scalping.
just watch. Where's the video of him murking Gene? Is that on your
I
YouTube?
think it's on
So
your
you bought your shorts?
Okay,
it's on Ben's
I'll post
page.
it up on my YouTube sometime this week, which is Surrender Man.
Surrender Man.
Basically, Dan's brother is a ferocious
Surrender Man.
monster on the paintball field. He just takes
So-
no prisoners.
Well,
He-
about half
we
the
used to-
episode eats her sandwich.
We used to call him Thug Mitch, and off the paintball field, he's moved beyond that. But when you're on the paintball field, he lets it all out.
Don't
Yeah.
fuck with a
Yeah.
sandwich.
I mean,
Don't
afterwards,
fuck with
he's
the sandwich.
cooking dinner.
Paul,
He
quit
made us
drilling
a
people
nice
in your
like
puke.
dessert. Like he made this Middle Eastern honey and date or something.
What was it
He made
called?
this
Do you
crazy-
remember?
Muksabak.
Muksabak.
And then on the field, he's just like, I don't give a mother die.
Yeah, he's very aggressive.
Yeah, watch the video where he actually grabs Gene's barrel and then stabs Gene in the chest as he's falling
I
down.
hope Gene's watching right now. He's gonna have like a rage moment. And they're both they both have rage, so they just clash.
Gene kept his composure though.
He did, yeah.
Because
A
I was
little bit better
expecting
than
him
Mitch.
to chank butt Mitch in the face.
Were you there?
No,
You were there.
No,
Yeah. No,
I
you
came
were-
the next day.
Oh, that's
That was
right.
Saturday.
R.I.P. Jorge.
Yeah.
All right, Paul, kill it. That's enough.
Hey,
People
thanks for
have
watching,
seen enough.
guys.
Later.
Tune in next Thursday.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.